Hello and welcome back all of you my dear students to our new video. Now today we are going to start our new chapter, that is the 8th chapter, that is industries. Now in this chapter what are we going to learn is about the importance of these industries in the development of a nation. Now, why are these industries very important for us, and what do they do in the human lives? Okay, what is the impact of development of industries in the human society? That is what we will be learning in this particular chapter. Now, before starting this chapter, let me show you some images and you have to tell me about what can we get out of this thing. So here is the first image. You can see something in the field. Then here is the second image. Now, in both of the previous images, you might have seen something that is grown in the agricultural field. But can you tell me what do we make out of both of these things? So in the first figure you can see there is the sugar cane, and in the second one is the cotton. But do we use all of these materials directly, or do we process them and then afterwards we use these things? So that is what you see. Sugar canes give us something called as sugar. Okay, sugar canes are grown in the agricultural fields and we make sugar out of this sugar cane by processing it. Then we get cotton, and what do we do of this cotton? We use it to make certain clothes, right? So what happens in this phase? Okay, so even I have just given arrows, but the sugar cane does not directly gets converted into sugar, or this cotton does not directly converts into the cloth on its own. There is something that is involved in between, which helps the conversion of raw material into certain products. So this is where this thing called as industry are coming into play. So an industry is a place in which we send some raw material, and then this industry will do certain processes on this particular raw material. It will process over to this raw material, and then due to processing this material we will get something called as finished product. Okay, we will get finished product. So that is the general definition of industry. So industry is a place where we send raw material, and this raw material is processed to make certain finished products that is then used by the consumers. Okay, so as we are consumer, like you can see this shirt that I am wearing, this chalk I am having in my hand, this board on which I am writing, everything has came out of the industry. Now behind this sheet of like the green sheet, there is a plywood. So the process of cutting the plywood, then applying these things over it, then packaging it, then sending it to my home and all these things. Then again this clothes, then weaving all the threads into each other and processing it, then giving it color, then sending it into the markets, and then I am going to the shop and then purchasing it from there. So that is why you see it undergoes a lot of process. Like this is what we are using as consumers. Okay, we are like I am right now in the last stage. Okay, I am in the last stage, but before these products were at my home, these products were in the shop, and then where did it came from the in the shops? It came from the industries that are over there, which produces these things from the raw material. And this raw material is where, like, where do we get this raw material from? We get it from the agricultural fields. Okay, agricultural fields, or we get some things from mining. Okay, mining activities, or from ocean. Okay, like petrol, diesel, all these things we get from the oceans or from the borings that we do under the ground, and we drill these things out as the natural gases and natural oils or crude oil. Then these raw material are sent into these industries to purify and process upon them, and then these industries forward it to the consumers or the markets. So as I told you that what is the job of the industries? It is to convert raw materials into finished products. Now, this is the kind of definition that you can use to define the industry. And you see, when we talk about this finished product, what is this? Like you see in the photograph that I shown you previously regarding the cotton. First of all, cotton was just like a ball and all these things. Okay, it was on the plant, and there was no way that we could use this cotton like this shirt, right? So what do? We process it, we make it into fine threads, then we join them together, and then we interconnect them with again some more threads. So then is what? The production of clothes done. Now this processing is called as addition of values. Okay, so this process is called as addition of values. It means this cotton in itself did not have much value of use, or it was not very feasible to use it in very easy manner. But after the addition of value or added values in this cotton, like the added value, what is the added value of cotton? We have stretched it into a fiber, and then we have interwoven it with another fibers of cotton. So that is the addition of value in this cotton, and then only this was able to be used as a cloth. Like, how do we use clothes? We just wear it, right? Now we don't worry about weaving all these things on our body only. We just simply wear these things. That is why you see, process of addition of value to create the finished product is what is the work of this industry. Now, what this industries require is that raw material and the finished product. Let us talk about the raw material of cotton. Where is it available? As I told you, it is available in the agricultural field. So in an economy, like you see, Indian economy or whichever country you talk, there are three particular sectors, which is, first is the primary sector, then second is the secondary, and third is the, of course, tertiary sector. Okay, so these are three sectors in an economy. The primary sector includes this thing, the places where we get raw materials. Okay, now raw materials, we get all these raw materials from the nature itself. So whatever industries that deal with the raw material thing, okay, whichever process it is involved in getting the material, raw material from the nature, it is called as the primary sector of the economy. So agriculture is considered as a primary sector, mining is considered as a primary sector, fishing is also considered as a primary sector. So primary sector is nothing but the raw material is what we will get from the nature. Now the process of this raw material and to make this raw material into finished products is called as the involvement of the secondary sector. It means secondary sector involves industries. Okay, so industrial sectors are what involved in the secondary sector. So this secondary is also called as industrial sector because you see process is done on this raw material. So what is the difference between primary and secondary sector? Primary sector deals with nature. Okay, getting something from nature is called as the activity of primary sector. Then processing this material is considered as the activity linked regarding to the secondary sector. Okay, processing of this raw materials is the work of the secondary sector. And the tertiary sector is also called as the service providers. Okay, it is called as the service provider. So it is also called as service sector. Now you see these people, those who are sitting in the markets, what do these people do? They will just present us the clothes. They will show the different types of clothes. They will give us different choices, and we have to select in both of them. Like we have the choice to select from a lot of different clothes. So this tertiary sector people, those are the people who are called as service providers. So I hope you got the difference between all of these sectors. Primary sector, it means the activities that are dealing with the getting of raw materials from the nature or natural resources. It involves agriculture, mining, fishing and other things also that we will discuss in about a few minutes or in the next video itself. And the secondary sector involves the processing of these materials and then making them into finished product. And when these finished products are made, they are sent into the markets, and there is what the tertiary sector that comes into play, which is called as service sector. And after this tertiary sector, we can see that this product that we have got from the nature are now in the hands of the consumers, and these consumers are using this product. So right now you see I am using this chalk, I am using this board, and I am using these clothes, and I am the consumer. So it is the last stage of all these things. Now each step involves certain aspect of economy. Okay, economy, it means I am talking about money. So everything here requires money, and that is why, like you see, if there are no industries, what is the, first of all let's talk about the use of industries or the importance of industries. Why is it important? If there is nothing that will process this raw material into finished products, then how the consumers will use? Will the consumer just wear the cotton on his body? Like just imagine me wearing cotton instead of this shirt. So how does it looks like? It will not be very good. It will be very bad for our health also and our overall living lifestyle. So the main purpose of industries is to convert this raw material into finished product. And why is it important to make certain finished product? It is to use this product in a manner which will allow us to do or engage in different other activities. So that is what is the importance of industries, and we will discuss a lot about what is these industries, what are the different types of industries, what are the factors affecting the choice of an industry, like which industry will be built in which place. That is what highly dependent on this first thing. So we will discuss about the impact of industries on the nation and its development, and the industrial impact on the environment also. That is what we have to study. So that we will study in our next chapter, next video. But I hope today you got the point about what is the importance of industry and what is the function of the industry. So that's all for today's video. and we will meet in our next video. Bye.